I'm curious. Don't understand.
Oh.
Upside down.
We're upside down.
Okay. Right, well, all right, welcome everyone. I call this 7 o'clock planning board meeting to order. I know you guys all met, a few of you at 5 o'clock with Randy. So I guess, do we want to talk about that first or just go on with the agenda and talk about that when we get to that part of the new business? The walk, we'll talk about when we get to the.
Probably after.
After, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so approval of draft minutes from August 19th. I read them, I had no
I didn't have
issue.
anything even.
Take a motion to accept amendments as written.
Second.
Okay, Carter, how do you vote?
Yes.
Yes.
I vote yes.
Yes.
Okay, minutes are approved as written. Invitation for public comment other than the two subdivisions. Oh, yes. I appoint Murray Collette as a voting,
As a full member.
as a full member of the board tonight. Alternate voting member, yep. Okay. Invitation for comment, public, other than for the hearings or for the subdivision. Okay, new business, so it would be the subdivision for Morninglight Farm, Randy Martin. Yeah, I guess we could start by you guys talking about how the site walk visit went at 5 o'clock. And then we'll take it from there.
Nice lots. It looks like nice proposed lots. The road, the driveway road there seems pretty. Obviously, it was constructed at some point. It's cuts and fills and ditches, so it's not just like a trail, it's a different real mower.
It was helpful to see it in person with the stone walls and
It made a lot
everything.
more sense.
Yeah, it made a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Very helpful. Hard to understand that Phil's in person.
Mhm. Okay.
Thanks for having us over.
Yeah. That's the extracurricular tour.
Yeah,
Well,
The
history
history.
for you.
yeah.
Well, so Russ, you had sent over an email, basically just highlighting a few things. I guess that the main theory is, not theory, the main theme is that Randy should probably ask for a lot of waivers.
Yeah, it looks, I mean, I went down, I looked at the plans, Carter looked at the plans and gave me some feedback. And then I just went down through the checklist and a lot of the things on the checklist are the same thing we tell everybody to waive, you know, like the showing everything within 1,000 feet of the property, that kind of stuff. Some are just simple things, lot corners need to show monuments. But this whole list, you know, it's kind of, I guess, up to Randy. Whether you want to ask for waivers or submit them. I can go down through the list if you want to. I mean, I think
Did Randy get a copy?
Yeah.
Of that email? So you have the email with
I
it?
just got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
How do you feel, Randy, about?
Well, may I suggest that we go through the list?
Okay.
To see, because now you guys know really what's
Right.
and we can just go through that and see what thoughts are.
Okay. Well, the first one is the fees, and I think that's just. We'll tell you what the different costs are, like postage and all that good, okay?
Yeah, because we generally don't know what the newspaper's gonna charge
Right.
until.
And the waiver request, we don't have any right now, but I suggest there's probably a few.
What we generally did, what Earl did, and we went for it, was did the things that were obvious and that pertain to the project. And
Yeah.
anything that wasn't particularly pertaining to it, we just either left blank or didn't address. And there was nothing really that was applicable that we didn't not address, so. I guess if you want to go through and take the time to go through the list,
Yeah, I'll just,
you can do that.
yeah, the state approvals, that'll come afterwards,
Yeah.
I assume. The boundaries of the entire parcel.
So we
We've got-
have that if you want it, I mean, it's several months. So
Yeah, I know.
it's all marked and it's granite posts and it's gone through several subdivision applications.
Well, that's why-
So we can waive it if you'd like. It would be great,
It's already been through the board.
by the
2
same
times,
person.
and the same plans.
Yeah.
Numerous times.
Yeah, so it seems like that will be, it's on the checklist to supply, but it's obvious waiver.
Okay,
Would that include like the boundaries of the new lots? Would
The,
they?
the new lots are on the plan. I'm talking about the remainder.
Remaining, yeah.
190 acres and,
okay,
Yeah.
that's completely been subdivided. Surveyed.
no, we don't.
Yeah.
I don't think we need it, but I'm just trying
I'd
to.
like to waive it if I can propose that. Okay,
But you'll have to, all the waivers you request will have to be in writing,
okay,
you know. Lot monumentation, so none of the proposed lots have any pins shown to be set.
they did put long metal pins in.
But they're just not on the plan. Well, they have been on the plan.
Okay.
Um,
So,
Then there's setback lines, water courses, foliage lines. I didn't really see water courses except for that one stream that's already kind of delineated as a wetland. Foliage lines would be helpful, you get those just aerial, I think, but. Even being there today, it's like, oh, this is a field, oh, those are woods,
it's mostly field.
yeah, so it's easy to trace on the plan, that would be nice to see.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, Russ, what was the first one?
Setback lines. Foliage lines,
Boundaries of the entire parcel.
oh, yeah,
So I would present that, the letter to you guys with that.
yeah,
To waive the boundaries for the entire parcel to, and then to, the lot monumentation, what,
but you want the lot line.
you want, we need that, okay. Yeah.
So what I would do is in a waiver, you'd say, we request waivers from the following items. And then just, that's, I have them listed here, like section 401D5. Just quote that,
Okay,
you know,
So the first 3 items we need,
yeah.
the 4th one is a
Four would
waiver,
be a waiver,
5 is a need,
hold on. Okay, one is a need,
2 is a need,
yeah,
3 is a need,
yeah,
4 is a waiver,
okay.
5 is a need. And then 6 is a need, that's where we left off, right?
yeah,
Okay,
and I recognize now after looking at the site, that you do have the wetlands delineated, and
Yeah.
I recognize the lines on the plan, but it's a wetlands district. So it has a 75-foot area around it, it's a zoning district.
okay,
So that line should be on there,
75 foot,
around the wetlands. And then
Earl will know what that.
Earl will know what that is, and it's essentially no building, no septic.
Oh, yeah.
Buffer.
yeah,
Wetland buffer,
yeah,
what
that's
is
fine.
technically called, right?
Certain items you can't put in there,
Right,
chemicals and things.
so the wetlands themselves are on there, he just needs to add setback lines from it, and then we'll put his stamp, his wetland plan, stamp on the plan. Number 7. I would say half a waiver. The plan, you should show your septic. Your septic isn't on,
Okay,
but I would ask for a waiver for showing everything else within 1,000 feet of the site, that's kind of excessive.
okay,
Number 8, statement of land suitability, I don't really understand what that,
So in the notice of decision, we have the findings of fact, and so that's usually something I put in the decision letter that says that we, the board, have found that it is
It's
suitable for
so-
development.
doesn't go on the plan or doesn't, so that's not.
Well, I mean, when they sign the application, they're saying that it's
Okay.
suitable because that's in our requirements.
Anything for that?
No,
Okay, so number 8, that's, I wasn't sure about that. Then this number 9, it's all about the roads. And it talks about cross sections, profiles, drainage, all these sections. And I just didn't know what we do about that, where it's the private road.
Yep.
Walking it, it looks fine for like, you know, fire truck, any construction vehicle.
And
anything.
that road's not finished yet, that's just the rough road in, we have proper crushed gravel and
Yeah,
that kind of stuff, so.
so I don't know how we feel, what we,
So the only thing I would say is because of that new RSA around roads, on, you know, class 6 roads and all of that, is I did ask our town attorney to clarify, to look at our road and driveway regulations and tell us what applies to private, what applies to, because there's a whole section that basically says for roads intended to become part of the town. And then there's the smaller section that doesn't say, doesn't specify that. So it was unclear to me.
okay, so we're not sure that's.
It does have a very specific thing, which we've done in all the Stonegate things, that the town will never have responsibility.
I saw that note and
And
it's,
that's been in all the things for any liability towards the town, so that's how we dealt with it before.
Right, yeah, and it's typically in the, yeah,
And
in
it's
the
written-
HOA agreement or
Well,
something.
that too, but it's
Yeah.
definitely deeded in the deed and to be filed.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know, should we waive that one or?
Um, I don't think it needs a waiver.
Or we just refer to it as the note on the plan.
we think that's probably okay.
I think that's okay,
I
yeah,
mean, we're almost treating it like a common driveway.
That's what I was thinking now, because it's like, look at it and there's only a short piece, it's actually all three reviews, everyone else is a driveway.
mhm.
So
Yeah,
We could say just.
And today it's not a town road today.
no,
It's almost a non-applicable.
yeah, I mean, I assume Randy's done this
Yeah,
numerous times.
well,
Two?
we didn't want the town, first of all, to take over the road.
Yeah.
And secondly, we've actually built it, all the other roads have done better than town standard.
I know.
It's been-
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's been kind of an issue. but
Yeah.
I think if it's on the plan, it's probably covered pretty well.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And it mentions fire and all that stuff.
right. Yeah, and I think you said that when we did the walk, that was your intention to bring it up to town standards.
Okay.
And it's not as if it's like a little kind of narrow path, there's plenty of places to turn around, there's no trees really hanging anywhere, really, so.
You could drive a big fire truck up that, it's an issue.
Yeah,
So maybe that makes a moot point of proposed driveways, because these are driveways, and we only worry about the.
just
first
that,
30 feet.
just the right of, you know,
Yeah,
just where it comes out on, is what, that's not,
I can.
McCrae Road?
McCrae Road, yeah.
Mhm.
I can put proposed driveways on the
Little-
plan.
yeah, just maybe where they just pop off
If
of
that
that.
goes,
Yeah.
Okay, it's good.
Utilities, proposed telephone electric, is that something?
I don't remember us ever
That,
making that a criteria, but
it's in our,
In the regs,
Reg.
not in the check.
yeah.
and it might be, there might be an RSA related, but we do typically waive.
So waiver for, who would say?
I think it's more if there's existing utilities
Right.
versus new.
Contours you've got on the plan, it would just be nice to see the source of datum and what the interval, you can tell the interval is 2 feet,
Okay,
but it doesn't say where they came from or.
okay, just have that one.
Yeah.
Well, that's the page that doesn't get filed, do we care if it? I mean, happy to do it,
It's just nice to have, so,
okay.
didn't checklist, I'm a checklist person.
Okay, so, just the source.
Yeah. Source data, oh, no, that's just
Yeah,
source datum.
I think,
I would say a waiver for the sanitary sewage and computations.
That typically comes with the building permit.
Yeah, there's no build, we're not
Mhm.
proposing buildings in this application, so there's nothing to give.
Yeah, and we have perk tests for all three
Yeah,
Yeah.
proposed lots, so that's really what we require.
yeah, storm drainage analysis, again, just a waiver. I did wonder about the easements. Does the common driveway, Something about the easement,
Okay.
whether it's meets and bounds or just a highlighted section that says this is the easement.
It's on there. It should, let me just look and see. Did you check that, Russ?
I was looking, I didn't see, I mean, I see it graphically, but I don't see anything that says that's an easement. Maybe
Would it be under the notes?
it might be on the first page.
Oh my God, I need a magnifying glass.
I know.
I went back and went forth with this and I didn't.
Where's the other plan? Here's the big plan.
My eyesight's still pretty bad.
Sure,
Two. Well, two or three.
this, like this.
The notes that we're looking.
It's actually written. I love
Oh, I see, with rights to,
yeah,
of use to continue.
Do we just wanna see that in a note? March.
the other thing too is that when the association documents are finished,
Mhm.
they're almost identical to Stonegate 2. And that varies with the differences, the easements for the owners. I don't know if that's helpful.
See that?
So the owner,
Yeah,
so these three guys would have rights to use this whole road?
They would have rights for the first little section.
Okay, that's what I mean, because this is labeled access road and with rights to use to continue, so it looks like
Everybody.
everybody
would
can
have-
use the whole length of that road. Well, if that's not your intent.
Yeah, I mean, it would be the intent because it's open space, and so. They have
Okay.
access to it.
Okay. Well, I think that's.
Maybe a private road. With three driveways now. Shared driveway with three driveways, so I think what the intent is try to three driveways.
Right.
That's-
do you have a note about the flood easement too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
927.
Yeah.
It's the dotted line. On the top of the second,
Okay,
and that follows through all the way down to the.
Is-
bottom.
so is there a note? about
Yeah,
that too?
several.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's actually on page one, there's no date also.
okay, great. Yep,
And it's also in the abutters that references the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's.
So the easements, we feel are. He's satisfied, the easement question in regards to the
Road, if.
common road or driveway, whatever we wanna
They're
call
on the
it,
thing,
yeah.
And it's delineated, so that's just, I didn't see the label. That someone was calling.
All right,
So could you guys bear with me if I went through this list, just to try to have it. So the first 202 is the fees we need. Go to A4, we need that. Which is what we're doing now, is it?
yep,
yes,
And then 401, we need that at the appropriate time.
Yeah.
And then,
wave number 4.
Four is with. 5 we need.
Yeah.
6 we need. Just with a stamp.
Yeah, so I would just have to throw on the tree lines and setbacks to the wetlands and his stamp.
And. Okay, and that's the 75-foot thing. Then number 7, that's the half waiver.
Right. You're gonna add your
Showing my
field
septic,
for
okay.
approximate location. And then ask a waiver for the rest.
Okay. And then 6, I'm sorry. 8 is an NA.
Yeah.
9 is an NA. And then it's a yes. That's
Yeah, that's,
Mhm.
yeah.
11's of November, these are waived. 12, we need the source of data, for the contours.
Yeah.
13 is waived, 14 is waived, and 15 is waived. Excellent.
Yeah, and other than that, I mean, I think. Substantially complete to do design review is probably all set. To notice, do the public hearing.
Russ, thank you for going through all that.
And just sort of one curiosity question, and apologies, we'll just cover last meeting, but the 50-foot buffer zone around the perimeter. What's your thought on the reason for that? Why not just put the new lots right up against the existing?
Well, because we wanted to keep road frontage for the big lot. On Power Street.
Okay,
To see how it connects.
it does, yes.
And
Okay.
it's also a great buffer for everyone who lives there to have an extra spot, depending on whatever happens to the upper lot. And
Yeah.
the side, so, and we've done that in the other subdivisions. This would be great.
All right, thanks, just curious.
Sure.
Cool. So, the next step would be the design review. Accepting the,
Yeah, it has to be noticed, abutters have to be notified
Yeah.
and the hearing scheduled. Letters would have to go out by Thursday. Well, it's Thursday, I think it's Thursday, yeah.
we already have the labels.
Have the labels, have the butters list.
So the hearing would be scheduled for our next meeting. Is that what we're?
If the letters can get out by Thursday and
Yeah.
it can be noticed in the paper by Thursday. That like this Thursday, like they'd have to have the notice by, I think, 9 AM tomorrow morning.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, with the paper.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm happy to help with stuff if that's helpful to you.
I'm out of town tomorrow and through Friday, so I'm not available, so.
And then, that's fine. I can send it to the paper.
Yep.
Get the labels, so it's just a matter of.
The letter and
Yeah, it sounds like the notice in the newspaper is the time
It's a
sensitive.
tough one, because the other stuff can go by Thursday. And
Right.
I can print that stuff out and. Stuff envelopes.
Carol will help too in the office.
I can stuff envelopes.
How many butters are there?
24.
I
I can help look.
That's not bad. 24. I was afraid you were gonna say something like, oh, 72.
24 is high.
That's enough. Yeah, that's enough.
I know.
It's quite a few.
Cause it's the Stone Gate.
So, we do, not only do we do the notice in the paper, we also do the notice on
The
the
town website,
website.
and then Carol will do the paper ones for you. And then,
So really we're covered, as long as we have
The town website.
the town website.
And the paper.
And the paper.
Yeah.
Boards.
So you,
and the letter.
what kind of help do you, this is tomorrow, this has to happen.
Yeah, and I'll be doing tomorrow.
Okay, you sure?
I'm
Yeah,
good with that, yeah, that's, I've got a few of them to do, so I'll just be doing that tomorrow.
okay.
I have a helper in the office, it's very good at stuff like that.
All right, Russ, well, thank you.
Thank you, guys. That's awesome.
And then and then you'll mail out the letter with the labels, and then we'll have the hearing at the next meeting. And provided that you bring in all the information at that meeting
Yeah.
with the Mylar,
Get it to you sooner.
with the Mylar copies we need, 2 Mylar copies and the, right?
No, not to my letter.
Okay, so we're
It's
not,
just design review.
okay. So there'll be this, I always thought the butter hearing was when you came in with the Mylars,
There's two
you know,
for this, the
For PRD.
design review.
oh, because it's a
that's why-
PRD.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah. Okay, so there'll be another meeting after that as well.
Yeah.
And it would be a second hearing
Yeah, where
There's.
the Beal,
it's easier.
theirs is gonna be easier, they're not gonna have to go through that
No,
design,
they're not.
right? Because you're not a PRD.
Right, and they're even a minor subdivision.
Yeah.
All right, do we need to vote on
Sure,
this?
I'll make a motion to schedule the design review hearing.
Hearing?
And what's the date of the next meeting? September 16th, 16th?
6.
We wanna do it at 7:05,
Oh, sorry, yeah,
7:05. I'll second that motion.
okay,
Carter, how do you vote?
Yes.
Russ?
Yes.
I vote yes.
yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So moved. Good. Well, thank you, Randy.
Thank you guys very much.
Good to see you all. Next order of business would be subdivision for Hailey and Jack Beal and Devin Guy.
Yep.
How you doing? Are you John?
Yes, I am John.
Yeah, hey, John.
How you doing? This is everything. I have been communicating with Russ. He told me pretty much, so I tried to put everything together. I did send the PDF to the planning board website to Russ too, so that he,
Yep.
I hope you don't, I mean,
We got, yeah,
We've seen it.
Yep.
and this is all the required information.
you want to pass it down that way, maybe?
Sure.
Yeah, maybe Russ can. I mean,
This is the checklist. It's the butters, list and labels, waiver requests.
awesome,
Yeah,
Test pit logs.
yes,
great.
right there. Yep,
And then T plan.
two plans.
Right.
We want to look at the waiver request to make sure that what we wanted. Did you see this online?
I did. Yeah.
Did everybody get a chance to see this online, or do you want to see the real?
Right.
You got it? Yep.
I have it on my iPad too.
So I should put the note on, looking as suitable, but that's another section that says that.
Yeah, I mean, it's in our regulations that they have,
Yeah.
but when they
That's
sign the
right.
application, then they're agreeing that it is, but then I put it in the notice. of decision.
Is there anything that anybody saw on the plan that would lead them to believe that it's not complete? That was all the requests satisfied?
I think so.
Is the square in it?
It is.
50 square, yeah. Well radius, test pit. We're all going to be on the easements, like for the driveway.
Is there a waiver for the design review to just skip right to final? Because it's a minor subdivision.
No, there is no error for that, but
I think we can make that motion, but yeah, it doesn't have to be. I'm just looking at the,
My question is accepting an application tonight to vote next time on it's complete, like giving everybody a chance to look, or are we saying it's complete now?
I would prefer to have a chance.
yeah, so typically, so our, yeah, sorry, and so our regulations say 15 days, technically.
Yeah, I just,
We, like, from the time it's handed
right,
before us making that motion.
Yep.
That's actually the state RSA, but. And then it's to give us time to look at everything.
right. That's right, because no, I've seen
Okay.
the state yet.
There's nothing jumping out of.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see this.
You're the only one, yeah, the whole checklist with
Yeah.
with the waivers and.
Yeah. Okay.
So procedurally, at the next meeting, you vote to schedule the hearing at
Yep.
the meeting after that.
So 2 more meetings for them as well.
Yes.
Meeting of October.
The 16th, you would.
2 weeks from now.
vote- Yeah, 2 weeks from now, we would vote to say it's complete.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks after that, in our regular meeting, we will just do the public hearing and.
That would be the October 7th meeting.
That's our.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's great. The 13th, I have to go in for another hip, so.
Oh, really? Oh, I know.
All right, man, I'll be bionic.
Yeah.
I'll be
How
bionic.
are you gonna get your field work done? How are you gonna get your field work done, Lily?
1 month,
Really?
that's all it took last time. I
Wow.
was back in the woods in 1 month. Against my doctor's orders, but the doctor said instead of using a cane, just use a walking stick and don't fall. So I didn't. But it was actually, it was an unbelievable experience. I mean, from what I had to what they relieved was unreal.
Mhm.
So I had literally eaten the whole top of my ball right off. And he didn't even know how I walked in. And he showed me a picture of it, and it was just, he said, I've never seen in all the years I've been doing this, how that bad. So I told him, I don't wanna let this one get that bad.
Yeah,
Let's just get it done and get it over with. But, I mean, 7 hours I was walking, I was still going. No problem.
Wow.
No problem.
Not kidding about the bionic part.
yeah, right.
Titanium rod.
Yeah.
So we'd have do we have to come back for the completeness hearing?
I don't think so,
Okay.
no.
For next 2 weeks from now?
I mean, we can communicate, Russ, if you
Yeah.
don't, if that works, it works really good for me. I mean,
Well,
And
it's
then-
fine.
we should be, but we're definitely ready for the October 7th.
Yeah, as long as nothing changes on
No,
your,
nothing's gonna change. Got it.
Okay, so how do we want, when they, do we handle them after? They won't be here, so I guess timing is not gonna matter for that.
It's gonna be different. They'll be staggered one off. So,
yeah, it
okay.
won't be the same meeting.
Yeah, but as far as on the agenda for the next meeting, after we do the Randy Martin's
Yeah.
7:05
Do this.
after,
Yeah, because they won't be here, so it's,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna be waiting on us.
yeah, then I can be sitting waiting in.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. Okay.
Just a quick question on the map. So there's already existing structures and driveways to those structures.
There's no structures, it's just proposed.
Supposed, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, on both of them. Okay.
You might
Just
have been
on
on
the
the
new-
board.
just on the new,
On the new.
Okay, lot,
Got it.
Yeah.
the other lots are, the other structures that are there are existing.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
the only thing about this, that's special is, if you wanna use that word, is, the right of way.
Yeah, that's
The
what-
easement for the common the
Yeah.
driveway,
Yeah,
it's the only thing really, beyond that, everything here is,
okay, I was just looking for
Pretty
the notes.
straightforward.
I saw the right of way notes, but it
Yeah.
didn't reference
Yeah.
essentially accessing.
and we have that,
Yeah.
in here, so.
Okay.
And you're gonna send that to everybody to. Right, or do we? 'cause
Well, we
don't-
got
guess we don't
electronic,
have
John
that.
sent electronic.
Okay, so we do have that,
We have all
yeah,
that stuff.
okay,
Oh.
yeah. Good, so we just review it before the next meeting, I know you won't be here, but.
Yeah.
Uh,
Nothing jumped out at me.
Yeah.
And said it earlier.
okay.
I'm gonna try to zoom in,
Yeah.
although, I don't know, you guys might be upside down.
Yeah.
So provided everything goes well at the next meeting, we accept the plan, then we schedule your hearing for the October meeting.
Yeah.
Do the newspaper notices, the abutter labels up, I'll tell you, which we have now, so you're in a good position.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah, great. All set?
Thank you.
Yep, thanks, John. Thanks, Jack.
Thanks.
You got one of these?
Yeah.
I'll keep them for, if
Okay.
you don't mind.
Yeah, so if you could scan the application and the waiver requests
Yeah,
too,
sure.
and send that.
Did that not come in electronic?
No, I only got the plan.
I thought this was.
Same for Randy, I only saw the plan. I don't think he submitted an electronic version of the application, and I'm assuming he'll send the waiver request.
So if we can see the checklist, is that we? like,
Yeah, the
checklist, Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah, all of that. Because typically, once it's all scanned and there's an electronic file, it gets posted on the website, so abutters can look
Everybody
at
can
it.
see.
Versus just them having to go to the office and look for paper. And
Okay.
so usually in the letters, I say can be viewed online or by going to the town office.
As long as he's got the plan, because I can scan any regular size.
Yeah,
I don't have a large scan.
that's usually what I do, is just use my own scanner to do that. I don't put the check up there or any like
Yeah,
personal information.
well, the checks, I tell you what, it happened to me again. Somebody wrote, about 2 months ago, somebody from somewhere local wrote a check for $2,000 out of my business account to himself, from himself. He had changed the name at the top, but had all my, everything else.
Wow,
Came out of the bank and rechecked with the bank. I called them, screwed up everything, all my automatic payments, new account. Because some lady from South Carolina called me yesterday and said, did you send me a check to help my mortgage payment? I'm like, no. I said, what? And so she scanned it, sent me, and it's my name on it this time, my signature and everything.
wow,
I'm like, what?
crazy.
Yeah, horrible.
It's scary.
Well,
It is scary. Well, so yeah, I don't scan any of
Yeah.
that stuff.
well, thank you, Russ, for doing
Yeah, thank you.
all that heavy lifting there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was really helpful too, I think.
Do you need help doing any of the things? Let me know.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't joking, I could stuff.
I know, yeah.
Labels on.
Totally.
I can break away for an hour and come over and help you. Yeah, if you're really crunched, just
Like I said,
call.
I have child labor, so.
Okay.
Grace and I will probably she's good at doing all the mail merge, all that stuff.
Mm.
Just do this for me and
Yeah, and you should be able to see examples of previous letters, although you probably have.
I haven't, yeah. I've done
Yeah, yeah.
it, so
And the notice.
it's all pretty easy.
I tried to do like the notice for the newspaper, just as brief as possible to keep the cost down, and then I put more detail in the ones that get posted online and in town.
I just copy whatever you did the first time and just change the name.
Yeah, and then lot
Lot
numbers
numbers.
and the dates.
Yeah.
Don't forget the dates, because I had forgotten the.
Yeah, I
day
know, we did that.
before. Yeah.
So next order of business would be to talk about procedure for replying to emails. Which ironically, we just had that happen today,
Yep,
where the email came through and I went to all of us, I'm assuming, about the ADU, the question.
Yeah.
Resident.
Yeah.
And so
Did
Russ,
you call
no, I did not. I waited to see what was gonna happen. That's okay, so,
when it came,
and so I think, was it you or Russ?
Christine did it first.
You
Yeah.
replied, and then you chimed in.
Yeah.
And I personally, I know we have the right to know, and obviously we're not gonna do things the right way. But I didn't have a problem with the way that all worked.
Yeah.
Except that I think her question was,
As long as we're CC'd and we know
There
somebody
you go.
responded.
right, that was your issue, right?
I
The
just,
CC.
somebody responded, I wouldn't want an email to sit out there with no
All
response.
this
Yeah.
waiting.
So I think
Right,
we were
right.
all, we're within the law, the
Well,
way
that
you
was
got,
my
you both
question.
replied, and everybody
Yeah.
was CC'd, and
Yeah.
is
There
that,
was no conversation amongst board members, it was.
we didn't, that's right.
So that's the sticking point.
Okay.
Yeah, no, nothing was voted on, there were no decisions
Oh.
made.
You simply answered questions
Yeah.
and asked questions to the resident,
Right.
and you did the same. And, okay, so that's
I think we're okay.
It wasn't communication between.
between
We didn't even
them.
talk, no.
We didn't talk.
And we all saw everything,
Yeah,
and I liked the way that, I think we're all in the loop, and okay, well, Christine's got it, or. Russ got it.
yeah. Well, and I think it's helpful too for anyone, for all you all to know, like.
Yes.
Well, it's kind of educational too.
Yeah,
Everything going,
yeah.
"Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
The
So,
only thing I would say with that particular case is there is a right of way easement on her property. It's kind of a funky
is that why
shape.
you asked about the driveway?
Yeah, yeah. So it'll come up during building permit,
When they go to get it
Yeah,
for the selectmen, yeah.
but.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's-
anyway, so that, I guess. That's
I think that works great, if, as long as I just wanna know, I just don't want somebody to ask a question and get no response.
So I did not
Yeah.
respond to the person that asked about storage.
Oh, well, that was
facilities.
weird.
That was, I would, yeah, I got a weird vibe from that. Oh,
Strange.
I thought that was spam, I didn't even think that was real. I deleted
well,
it,
I didn't answer it, so
Too spammy.
it
yeah.
did to me too.
it seems suspicious, so
It did.
I did not respond to that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I think that's fine, that looks like spam.
Yeah, okay.
yeah. It was just a survey. This is what they made it seem like it was just a survey. And
Right,
I thought, well, that's not important for the planning board right now.
No, I was like,
That's,
sorry,
yeah,
no.
Yeah.
Do your homework, do your own homework.
right. So we're good on the way it just worked. So moving
Yep.
forward, just status quo. Okay.
We have that group email, Temple Planning Board,
Yeah.
and it seems to go to everything.
As long as we know we're not,
Yeah.
shouldn't be talking, emailing,
Responding to each
responding
other.
to each other. Yeah, as long as that's where we borderline on the right to know. Well, yeah.
Right.
All right, pop grant.
So it didn't come to me, but I'm guessing that's because I'm an alternate member.
No, you should be getting all the emails now.
The thing I need to email something, the checklist thing for Randy, you got that? though,
I got
right?
that, yes, I did get that.
Okay.
Kathy,
I didn't get a checklist.
I didn't email the checklist, but that was. a
We
We
list
got
that
the
I-
plan. Oh, yeah, that, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was everybody, I didn't use a group.
Did you see the email from the resident today?
Yeah,
From a resident asking about an
Yeah.
AT?
Yep, I
Okay.
saw that chain. I'm wondering if maybe Bill Izell didn't add.
But he's getting some of them.
I got one for you.
but that was, I added everybody's name.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
there.
so
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe.
Not-
Temple planning, he should automatically be
Yeah, I'm not getting that.
as one of
You get
the,
the agendas though, right?
Yeah, I get that from, I get that from Kathy.
Do you send?
Well, that's because I sent it to each of you.
Oh, okay, so maybe, yeah,
so he needs to get added to the Temple plan
yeah.
list.
Okay.
Can you check with Bill to do?
Sure.
Would you mind?
Thank you. Okay, so. Southwest Regional Planning, HFP, grant notes.
I have the boards in the car. I
Okay.
have easels in the car. I have extra flyers, excuse me, in the car. So whoever's doing the potluck, the two, yeah, I'll give it to you after the meeting.
Sure.
And then we'll need to get it back from you for the super lunch next Friday.
Following Friday.
Yeah,
Mhm. And you won't be here.
I'll be here next Friday.
Oh, you
So I
will?
think
Okay.
Carter and I signed up for the
think you're
super
right.
lunch.
That's next Friday.
That is next
Yeah.
Friday.
I will be there.
So Russ and I are gonna man the table with the board, the display boards,
Yeah,
and we're just there to answer questions. and-
Yeah. yeah.
Not
do you want
even
me
give a
to-
presentation or anything, or?
I don't think so, but people may come over and look at it.
I could,
So
I could.
do you want me I was also gonna hand you this book, if you want, and then we can pass it.
Well, I printed that.
So, yeah,
This is the
that's.
cheat, did you get the email? The cheat?
Yeah.
this is the
And I did
cheat
read it
I thought
tonight,
it was excellent.
and it is, probably wanna read it 2 more times.
Yeah,
But
of course.
it does, this is a good, kind of, good little cheat sheet.
Yeah, so
Okay.
here's that, and then I also have what we're proposing, in case people ask for specific.
Also, we can borrow this book for that.
Yes. And then this is our current PRD and workforce housing.
Okay,
This was just extra that I had of
okay,
the
great,
July newsletter.
great.
So I can hand that off, and do you want me to get the boards now? Do you want to look at them or wait till after?
We don't need the boards right now.
You
right?
saw the
We-
paper
we-
version.
We've seen them anyway, the paper, yeah.
The only thing I would say is there was nothing, no comments, nothing added to them. no new stickers,
Well, down at the town offices.
down at the town office.
Yeah,
So I don't,
Nobody's cared so far.
nobody
Yeah.
did anything. The only thing is the women working in the office said that they had been hearing from people about how well done the mailer was. They thought it
Oh.
was really excellent.
I thought it was.
I thought it was
Wow,
too.
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they've heard positive feedback from multiple people on the mailer, so.
So what time is the pop-up?
I need to find that out.
Oh, there's-
Where is it too?
Oh, it's right.
Friendship Hall,
Okay.
yeah,
At the church there.
it was an email that just went
I'm
out.
thinking it's earlier than you think. I think it's like a 5 o'clock or something.
Yeah,
It might be,
yeah,
I'll ask Peggy.
so,
I'll
yeah,
find out.
What-
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
I think it's good to
Yeah.
mingle and sit and have conversations.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like you're by the boards the whole time. You can
Yeah.
sit with people and talk to them.
6:30?
Is it that late?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
This Friday? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
6:30. So we'll probably go half hour early.
The only other thing I wanted to add was that when I took the boards down off the wall, we had put on 2 hooks with the Ziploc bags with the stickers, and the hooks did some damage to the wall. So I called Bill Azell and let him know,
Mhm.
said if you need money from the planning board budget to do the repair.
Spackle?
It's
Touch up paint, yeah.
it's probably a little bit of spackle and some
Yeah.
paint. It took off some of the drywall,
Wow.
it's just the paper. But yeah, I said, somebody's gonna be mad about this. I'm really sorry. I did my best to take it off gently. The others came off, no problem. Same adhesive, but for some reason the hooks
The spackle part's easy. It's just
matching.
do we have paint kicking around the match?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
always the problem.
yeah. So I let them know and
Yeah.
apologized for that. So.
So do we don't have an easel. These are just going to lean them on a table up against a
I
wall.
have no, I have 3 easels
Oh,
that I'll give you.
okay.
And because for the
Nice.
other committee that we were on, so I have 3 easels, stand-up easels, and then I have 1 tabletop. So if you want the tabletop one, I had it for an arrow for directing people to the display, but whatever, I'll give you all of them and you can set it up, whatever seems to make sense.
I guess we probably don't need copies of this.
I have extra copies of that, so
On the
you,
table, like
Yeah, Barrett's house.
People that didn't-
I handed them.
didn't check their mail or
Yeah.
thought it was junk and threw it out.
yeah,
Half a dozen of them or something.
so I think there's probably, no, maybe more like 70 of them left.
We're gonna save them for
A
harvest.
harvest
hopefully.
festival, yeah,
Oh, yeah, there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll get used up. I'm sure.
yeah, so,
Yeah, a handful would be good for us for Friday night.
Yeah.
yep, so I'll hand.
It'll be
do all that
interesting to
stuff.
see, but looking forward to doing it.
Yep. So I think that's all I have on the grant stuff.
Solar. Look at all that out. Solar stuff.
So, I mailed out the model ordinance from Clean Energy, which includes a lot of the background stuff, and then their version with edits, and really very minimal changes on my part. I just mainly put in temple or solar versus building permit. The only changes which I just kind of was guessing on, or is on page 5 under the table of uses. So.
So this is the proposed temple ordinance. Okay.
Yeah, and it has everything that they recommended. So if there's stuff in here that doesn't make sense for us, or we want to change it, that's fine, but it was just a starting point. And I would say, we could probably send it to Concom and, well, Rob Wills, Renewable Energy, to look at. This is what he does professionally,
Mhm.
just to get their feedback too, but
Mhm.
initially, I don't know, Jim, maybe you can comment, but initially I thought, well, we probably don't need the non-primary use one, and all the feedback from the sessions and with the consultant was, you definitely do want that. So don't leave that out, even if nobody does it, it's,
It sets the requirements.
it sets the requirements and they're seeing more of it pop up. So it's just to have it in place would be a good idea. I don't know if anybody had time to read it ahead of time, or you just want me to send it out to those other two committees and get their feedback and talk about it. We just have to be aware of the
Yeah.
timing.
Can you talk about the permitted by special exception and site plan review? At
So,
the table there, that's.
yeah, so if you look at, do you have the clean energy one? They recommended doing it by conditional use,
Right.
which we don't really use very much.
So that would be this.
Yeah, gotta find them. So they had,
What page is it on?
page 15 of the other,
This one?
yeah.
Page 15. Yep, from there.
So I just tried to match up what they had based on what we have. So the Ps were all the same, and then they had conditional use permit for mid-scale ground mounted. And I'm guessing we don't want that in the historic district. Either mid-scale or large scale, so that's why I put the X. And then special exception or site plan and site plan review. This is large scale primary use, so the land would only have solar panels on it.
Oh, no building.
No building.
Oh, that's primary
That's
first.
mid or prime, that's.
Both of them are primary use, so no,
So those-
not residential.
So you're proposing those would definitely be going by special exception and
Yeah.
through site plan review
Right,
process.
because they would be,
Yeah.
I mean, they could be commercial. They may not be, they might just be somebody who owns two lots that are adjacent and they want to put their solar panels ground mounted next to them. But yeah, that was my suggestion, is that we want that to go through site plan review and
Yeah.
get a special exception. Because right now our zoning says it's for residential development. For houses, primarily single family houses. So,
So should we even allow that?
well, we allow commercial.
I see the large,
I,
large scale.
that was guessing. I don't,
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I see the use prohibited for the large
Village.
scale on the mountain.
right,
And that's a no brainer, right? Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. And then, but mid-scale, ground mounted, primary use in the mountain district, you have
trying to remember what their definition is.
special exception and site plan review.
Yeah,
That's under 10 acres.
yeah. So I mean,
It is a little confusing on the doesn't define the definition that defines the difference between a mid-scale ground mounted primary use.
yeah, so it's
and
under,
a mid-scale ground mounted accessory use. That's not.
Defined, you know,
There is in the definitions on page 4, there's ground mounted solar systems which are broken up into large scale primary, mid-scale primary. It's like it's missing a bullet. Accessory use
yeah, do they do mid-scale
or anything.
for an accessory use?
Well, yeah, so it's really the definition of what's accessory or primary. Is that it doesn't jump out at you in the definitions.
Okay,
for me, it's just looking at our town
Yeah.
and obviously our village historic district, but then also the mountain areas. For me, is a sensitive area for
Sure.
development, but not only. Things like solar panels, you know, if we could do anything to make that, you know,
Yeah.
on a large scale, certainly never happen. But we also want to be able to have some control over that, even on a smaller scale, I would think, in those sensitive areas.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of, in the table. How do I know which to go to row 2? Is something an accessory use, or is it if I have say if I'm playing a 1 acre solar panel lot,
yeah,
is it an accessory use or is it a primary use? That's the question I'm trying to,
well,
doesn't jump out in the definitions.
I think we have a definition.
And you might have it elsewhere.
Accessory use.
Yeah, okay.
Which, this is an old,
The next section, it talks all about accessory use. So
Yeah.
This,
What, right after the chart, right after the table?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And incidental to one or more permitted, okay. accessory
incidental
structures.
to the dominant use of,
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Right after that table. Ground should be less than 20 feet high.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So I see, I think I see where you're going. So ground mounted accessory use. How's that any different than mid-scale? What if you have 11 acres and it's your farm?
Well, farms fall under different categories typically because
Like, well,
agriculture.
Say I had,
11 acres.
not even, I just have 11 acres. And so 9 acres, I'm putting in solar, so that makes it mid-scale.
Yeah, and then it sounds to me like that's no longer,
That's not a thing.
that's a primary use versus an
Yeah.
accessory use.
That's
even
what,
though
that's
it's-
what I'm wondering, how do you do it, if it's your house? and
Yeah.
The whole family's living there on 12 acres and 9 of those acres you put solar. It's your
Mhm.
primary use is your house, but your solar happens to be mid-scale.
Yeah, yeah.
Way you've
It's a
des-
good
The
question.
way you've described it, that would be that feels like an accessory use, if it's all in one lot.
Yeah,
Because the primary use of that lot prior to the solar was the house. Now you're just adding solar to it. Versus an empty.
Kind of not.
Even though the house
like
takes
a
up-
business at that point.
Even though the house
What
takes up a small footprint compared to the
Well, it makes me wonder
acres
if
of
that
solar
should
panel.
be, Special exception. and site plan. Do something, right? You know, well, I get 6 acres, let's say. And I have my house which covers 1 acre. And I put the rest of it in solar. The house is still the primary use, but would you want? Do you want? The neighbors would love it if I cleared that.
That's a great example.
so do you want to add a mid-scale ground mounted accessory use? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I'm thinking that under ground mounted accessory. Maybe
want that-
those should be special exception. Well, I wouldn't think ground mount, I don't care.
I think there should be a size.
I think it's a
Yeah.
size thing, right? Because
Yeah.
like you're saying, like, if you're just putting, I mean, most people, if they're doing ground mounted, they're putting like
A little bit for their house.
for their house.
Yeah,
But you're right, they could put 6 acres.
5 or
on
6
it,
acres,
right?
yeah.
Because everything, geez, you know, I could sell this back to public service and I can make money.
Right. So
Right,
I
right.
think there should be like an acreage,
yeah.
right? Like if it's
Th-
under an acre or something, then it shouldn't,
Definition between.
or better definition.
Yeah.
So we're gonna define the maximum acreage for
the
ground
better
mounted
definition?
accessory.
Distinguish, I'm using this power from my residence
Yeah,
versus I'm using this power to make money.
Yeah.
but you're,
Or feed something else, well,
but it's not the way solar works, is you're selling it back
Back to the, you know,
to the
I
grid.
sell it in the daytime and I buy back. in-
Right.
yeah, no, I
right.
get that, I think, but couldn't there be some kind of a formula in there, right?
Some kind of net.
A net gain,
Yeah.
right? If you're,
There could be, yeah.
if you're making,
I think it could be as simple as that, like, you're not gonna build more than an acre of solar to serve yourself, right? Like,
That could be a reason.
I'm just saying, like, probably, like, what I've seen for solar panels, they're small, generally, they're not
and
big
it might, I
spread.
wonder if it'd be better suited rather than acreage. Wattage.
But then how are you like gonna know that when somebody's applying?
They,
for solar?
as they get more efficient, they get.
Well, that's what I'm
more-
saying.
More watts per size.
But they, which,
Yeah.
which would never go against what we're trying to do here, right? The more efficient the panels get, the smaller the size, not the bigger the size, so.
Right.
You know, what I may look at and say, this is gonna take up a whole acre to do today. It's never gonna go bigger based on a wattage scale. I'm looking at for my house, I think I need 17 kW a month. To deal with my house, just by looking at my monthly bill.
Yeah,
So if we had something. 50, 100, something that would cover, mine's a small house, so 17 kW is not a lot. But if we had some kind of a standard, we might even be able to go back to the Soul Smart and see if there's,
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
gonna
what
say.
I'm
It's a
saying.
question that we can
What's
go
a
back.
reasonable ground?
what's a
Yeah.
reasonable
Round mounted accessory
expectation
size.
for
Yeah.
a private residence.
Yep.
Cause that's gonna get stretched a little bit if you start getting in farms.
Farms are, would be exempt.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think some kind of restriction would be.
yeah.
Right.
An acre is an awful lot of solar.
It is.
Oh, I know.
I was gonna say, an acre seems
Yeah.
really big to
Yeah.
me.
That's a
I
hell of a
agree.
solar panel, all right?
Yeah, well, that'd be like the whole common, the common's about an
Yeah.
acre.
Yeah.
Picture the whole common solar.
Yeah, it seems like a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, so then you start breaking it down to a half an acre.
Mhm. Yep, we can
Yeah,
ask
there's
the
a better
question.
way to handle, I think, having some sort
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
on it.
agree. It would be nice if there was some reasonable formula, but like you said, I mean, that's very difficult, because depending on where you live, what your.
Yeah.
Right,
So probably physical size or physical extent is what people would care about as an abutter.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right.
Not the wattage.
The visual.
Yeah.
And
Thing.
as technology grows, if you can get more power out of it by
Yeah, 'cause
refreshing, that
yeah,
seems to
'cause
be.
frankly, if I put panels on the whole side of my house, nobody's gonna care, on the roof, right? But if I cover my whole roof with panels and then put a ground array up,
Right.
people are gonna start saying, you know, it doesn't even matter how big it is. They're gonna start saying, is this gonna be that much? solar?"
yeah.
I think of this too, so. In the historic district, that made me put solar panels on their roof, and it's a big deal. And made me put the whole front parking lot is
A
solar.
ground array, yeah.
And did anybody like that? No.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Then you can
just-
start-
I didn't read this, I'm sorry, I did not read the whole ordinance, but,
Okay.
Yeah.
so I can do that, but I mean, there are setbacks, right?
Mhm.
About
Yeah,
where you can put it, because I think that matters, saying, right,
Yeah.
you don't want
Yeah.
to see it.
Right.
setbacks.
That-
Right, in somebody's front yard, maybe, right?
That brings me back to a formula, because how much of a percentage of your property can be covered with solar? arrays?
Sure,
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's actually exempt. The way it's written today.
Yeah, just primary residence, it's just
Yeah.
it's your right, right?
Yeah. Well, like right now, Christine, you have it where ground mounted accessory use in the village and historic district. Is,
Yeah.
is permitted.
Well, that's just how they had it, so,
Yeah.
I mean, it's up for debate.
But-
Everything in here is up for
That
debate.
doesn't seem, I think if anybody in this village district put up a big ground mount, because they're still kind of big, my house would have been
Mhm.
like 50 feet long, like 20 feet, that's what my roof was gonna take.
Mhm.
So if you put it on the ground.
But if the people on the corner put it behind their house on the hill,
Right,
In
so.
the apple orchard,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they can though, because they're in a,
And well,
they're like my land, they're in a conservation easement, I don't know if they allow that.
I don't know.
I don't think
Yeah.
you can put a ground mounted solar array in a conservation easement. You know, like
Yeah,
Benite
depends on how
Conservancy,
it's-
I think they're Benite Conservancy just like me.
It depends on how.
I don't think the Conservancy will allow it, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are-
Pretty sure they
Yeah.
wouldn't allow
They don't know much.
that. No.
So do you think-
That's post.
So maybe this needs to then go also to the, what do they call that committee, the village historic?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yep,
So it does,
Yep.
it does state in a.
Yeah, there is.
district.
Yep, there
Our
is a section
historic-
on that.
However, recognize our historic district is not the village district. It is a collection of lots,
yeah,
Mhm.
which is close, but not exactly.
right. Well, I
Well-
can send it to them anyway.
Yeah, see what makes sense.
I think it's a good idea.
Mhm.
Historic District Commission, that's what they're called.
Yeah, Lillian LaBelle runs, he's a.
I think Ken
she the
Case is
chair?
on that too. I don't know.
I think you might be right.
Maybe he's on.
They
it.
don't, yeah,
There you
there you
go.
go, yeah, well, those are. I think that's the right thing to do.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. So, just to summarize then so far, and understanding we still need a little more time. We need to clarify primary versus accessory use, specifically the mid-scale, or are you happy with how
No.
that's
So when you read further down under
accessory
accessory
use?
use solar, it does say. When incidental to one or more permitted primary or accessory structures.
Mhm.
So there's something there, it's being used in a manner.
So maybe just move that to the definition section.
Might be, yeah. And then the consideration of should the accessory use ground system have a size limitation?
Yep, I've got that one. That was my next one.
And what's a reasonable size?
Yep. And then we'll put it out to the other committees for feedback.
Recognizing that, you know, in general, I think the town supports
It looks like I missed one.
it as long as it doesn't become unreasonable and it's kind of what's that trigger point?
I agree.
Yeah, and then the other thing is there's no town of Temple solid waste ordinance, correct?
I think we don't have any town sewer.
Yeah.
Right.
So. I didn't know, the disposal of structures and or foundation shall meet the provisions of the town of Temple solid waste ordinance. So what would go there instead of
Hmm.
town of Temple solid waste ordinance? Like, we want them to dispose of anything.
I mean, we do have a demolition, we do have something in our zoning about demolition of structures.
Oh, right.
What happens if you have different types of materials in that?
All right,
Yeah.
so let's look at
Like-
that, then
Like lead paint
Yeah.
or asbestos or, yeah, I do know we have.
I'll check that out then.
Precious metals.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll find out what that's called and put that in.
Thank you.
Well, sounds really good.
All right,
I'll circle back.
old business, how we doing for time? Not too bad.
We're okay.
Old business, haven't heard a thing from all-purpose storage. Anybody else? Haven't heard a thing? Okay. GIS mapping conversion.
That's exciting.
Yes, I saw some of the emails.
So that, yeah, what they quoted was 1850 for the changes that we sent for this year, right? Was it 1850 or 1950? Anyway, it was under what we budgeted. We
Yeah.
budgeted 2,000. So
That's
They-
good.
That's good.
they are authorized to proceed with that, and once those are done, he said they were gonna fast track those, and once they're done, then they'll have a version for us to review and hopefully put out live for people to look at. And we can decide at that time if we wanna call it a beta version for people to review, or I think they want it out there for people to look at.
Yeah, you still have access to it now.
Yes,
Can't find that.
I'll email you. I've got an email.
I went into it once and then I haven't been back into it.
Can you send that to them?
Yep.
So what about the confusion with the whole, all the maps from they were
they will
wanting us to,
no, so he said in his email, they would go through Hillsborough County Registry of Deeds.
3Ds, yeah,
So they get all of that. That's not on us.
okay,
So they did clarify that.
yeah. Cause it seemed like they were trying to get us to.
Yeah.
It did.
Do that.
And that was not gonna happen.
Yeah. So you Nip that in the bud.
Nope. So yeah, we went up a level and.
That just tells you the budget's already been spent.
Right.
They tried,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
tried.
so That should be-
It was probably harder than they anticipated, because our tax maps were so bad compared to.
yeah,
I mean, I know they did the best they could, so the roads line up, but you can still see like obvious stone walls for square parcels of the tax maps here and the stone wall right here, and it's like. He was like,
Acreages in Hillsborough and in Limeburg.
I tried to get it to go with that, and he's like, no, that was the $80,000.
yeah,
I see.
Yeah,
so,
so it's
Yep.
all good now,
well, yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully.
I think every year, if we have updates, and we don't have too many, but we have the budget.
Just
We
have
just
them
pick
updated.
some lots that are obviously wrong, that
Yeah.
are in a more developed area, like it really doesn't matter. At the top corner of Temple where it's land abutting land abutting land. But
Mhm.
any place people's houses are, like yours.
Yeah.
Right,
What is it, $6,500 a year? Is the dues, is it, what?
Maintenance fee.
The maintenance fee?
3,000.
Oh, it's 3,000.
Yeah,
First year was 6,000, then after that, it's
3,000
Yeah.
maintenance fee.
It's still pretty, you know, it was a.
It's cheaper than AutoCAD.
Mhm.
AutoCAD is $5,000 a year.
Yeah, yeah, so I guess we did right by the town by doing that.
so speaking of budget, maybe for the next meeting, we should be thinking about next year's budget. We should be hearing from the budget committee soon. I can
Mhm.
And that too, if you want, we're in good shape for this year, but we'll need to think about what
We're gonna do next year.
we want to do next year.
National Flood Insurance Program, was there a,
They've emailed them twice and not heard anything back. I did share that there was a session coming up.
Yeah,
If people
in
want
Keene,
to
right?
attend, yeah, and keen to learn more about it, that's available. But I've emailed them twice and,
Nothing.
but I've reached out to them many times in the past years, so it could
To
be they're
FEMA?
like, yeah, right, you're really gonna do it then.
you guys are really gonna do it? No.
So,
So let's say we're saying, yeah, we wanna do it. Is that a town vote thing or we?
yeah, I would go to the ballot.
So it's still something the town has to vote on.
Yeah, yeah. And again, it's one of those things where they hand us, or they would send us their standard language, because we don't have maps. Or we could decide to use the
Boilerplate.
the maps that are available, even though they're not finalized. Which would mean more complicated,
Which is why we kind of kicked the can for the last several years.
right? So we may just want to go with the standard.
Yeah, so
For
we're
now.
waiting for them to finalize the maps?
Yeah, and FEMA,
Years.
it's been years,
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 years.
Meanwhile, they've updated other.
Because
places.
they've had more issues. It's just like, it's changing fast. So,
In the lower lying areas that have
Right.
flood prone, and we're up high and
right,
we don't have as many areas, so we're definitely not a priority, I'm sure.
yeah. So we can decide to go with the standard, which. Would just. Have to go through the process, the same as the solar and the other stuff, but. It's up to,
We'll just keep trying to reach out to her.
yeah, yep.
What it mean, is it, if a selectman tried to reach, I think didn't Bill have?
Bill asked us, yeah, well, so they reach out to us every year. Hey, we noticed you're not participating. Do you want to? And so we said yes. But then we,
And finally said yes, and they don't.
well, I think I said maybe,
Yeah.
because we had so many other things on our plate already, so.
So how do they determine someone is eligible for flood insurance if there's no maps? Well,
They're not eligible for,
So nobody in town's eligible,
not through the national program.
so.
You can get.
You can get private insurance. but-
So what is the,
So the benefit is that you can get a discount on flood insurance.
on your private insurance?
Under the national,
Under
it's,
national.
yeah,
It's a
Significant
Different.
less.
it's a government funded, yeah,
So if you want it, you don't even know if you're in the flood, but you think, hey, there's a river beside me, I want flood insurance.
Right.
And they will
Yeah.
subsidize.
right, well, like Bill's a great example, his field floods every year,
He's in one of the areas in town
that
that
has a.
probably will get mapped
Yeah.
as yes.
Yeah, yeah,
So then he'll be eligible to buy it through the federal program.
yeah, he has no buildings there, but,
If he chose to. He could-
Yeah.
Yeah, he could say.
Yeah.
He could say, hey, my structure is outside of that, but just in case.
Right.
The rate for his structure would be very little. I used to have a situation. like that.
Yeah,
I was
right.
I was 2 feet above the flood zone.
So if we adopt what they currently have out there, what does that mean? That somebody can buy flood insurance?
yeah, yeah, just anybody in town, if they don't,
Just do that because it's not,
So-
somebody wants to buy it.
yeah,
Yeah, that's why we kind of said at the last meeting, I guess it can't hurt to do it.
yeah,
I just, me, like I reiterate, I just wanted to make sure it was on the building permit, that if somebody applied to build a house and they aren't in a flood zone, they just mark, no, I'm not in a flood zone, and there's no red tape to hold them up.
right, right,
That was all I was ever, one of the, well, not all, but that was one of my key sticking points, was I just didn't want more red tape for an applicant.
At
right,
this point.
But
everybody checks-
now that I've learned more about it, I realize it's not that way. If we do it this way, then it's good.
so the only thing to keep in mind, though, is if there are eventually, or when there are eventually maps from FEMA, we will need to upgrade that ordinance to have some regulations around the land that is in the special flood hazard areas. So it would not be the boilerplate, it would need some revisions, which
That's
is,
easy.
they have consultants come in, they do it for us. It's no fee to the town, there's not a charge for that.
I just feel like this item continues to be on the agenda for
Mhm.
years,
Yep.
and years, so it's really, we might as well just either do something about it or.
Sure.
just table it.
Well, I will.
Are you
have-
segueing right into driveway regulations?
Oh, God.
Being on the agenda?
That's not yet. I'll follow up
Okay,
and see if I can get something.
legislative updates.
Yep, so I sent what we looked at the last meeting, the ones as a result of the legislative changes. And Laura Spector Morgan emailed me at 4:10 this afternoon. She is on vacation. So we'll just keep that in mind, but she said she will need to look at it a little more in depth, particularly the building permit stuff and the road stuff that we talked about. But the ADU stuff was fine, the parking thing, fine. Yeah, the building code stuff she wants to look at and the inspection thing she wants to look at. She said we can disregard the commercial use one. We could just get rid of that one that doesn't apply because we don't have a district.
Hmm.
And she also said we could get rid of the private road one. Because we have, as Carter pointed out, we have that requirement that says it has to be class 5 or better. So she said not to worry about that one either. So that's good news. The building permit thing related to that one is a select board issue, not us. Where they have to get the liability stuff.
That's what I
So
was
they
thinking about.
can get the light, they can build on a class.
They can.
But you have to sign
They-
up.
You
Sign
have to
away.
sign your,
So that's what I was thinking about with Randy's. Now that's different because
not.
It's not a class 6 road.
no, it's.
Different.
It's a private road.
So
Almost-
this only applies to class 6, you're saying?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah, his is considered private road. It's basically just glorified common driveway is what it really is,
Yeah.
but he makes them up to roads, but he just, in particular, he has, that doesn't mean somebody else in the future might not do what he's done, he's
Right.
been exceptional with the road work.
The town doesn't own liability of maintaining emergency access via that road.
Right.
That's his problem.
Which is similar to the class 6 road, if we allow somebody to build in a class 6 road,
Right, now-
same thing.
Yes, but you put the language in so that the owner knows that the town doesn't,
And
is
it
going to
gets-
maintain this road.
right, and it gets filed at the registry of
Correct,
deeds,
yeah.
so, yeah.
In this case, it's part of his, his
Right, so
subdivision laws. or-
they know it because they have an owners association or
Correct.
something.
Right.
That's in their bylaws.
Right.
And class 6 people know it because they had to sign something.
Correct.
Right,
Yeah, we're not grading it, we're not plowing it, we're
Yeah.
not liable for the fire truck to get in there.
they'd have to have their own
Their
equipment.
owners association should have some kind of.
They can grade their own road, yeah, sure.
You can grade a class 6
Yeah.
road even if you don't
Oh.
own the road, right? Like, how does that work? I'm just curious.
I'm trying to remember what it says specifically.
That's a good question.
To say,
That's a good question.
I'm just looking at, I'm thinking of class 6 roads and then like, you
Right.
can drive on that very easily.
yeah,
I don't know, it's very.
I think it says they're responsible for any upgrades or
Okay,
maintenance.
but they could upgrade
They could,
class 6 roads.
Yeah. But like, take
But the-
for your neighbor, for example, and George Willard, going to the White Ledges.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
road, who owns that road? Is it George Willard or is it your neighbor?
we've looked into this, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think you own the road, that's why I'm
yeah.
finding
Yeah.
confusing, because it's
And
class 6 road, and so you own
Town
like,
owns it, yeah.
the town owns it,
No, no,
right?
It's a right of way that the town actually owns, even though it's
So
class 6,
somebody
subject to
could
gates and
build
bars.
the house,
Actually,
they could grade the road.
actually,
So I-
the ownership.
Well,
goes to the center line.
It goes to the center line.
Interesting
But
question.
they said the public has rights over the right of way and the town in class 6. The class designation doesn't have anything to do with who owns it and who maintains it. So class 6, the town saying we don't maintain it, but
Sure.
it's still a public right of way.
Okay.
Whereas class 5, they have to maintain it.
Now, what about when it's closed, subject to gates and
That's the
bars?
same thing.
Is it still class 6, so the town still has the right of way through that
The public still has it.
old logging road path, whatever you wanna,
Yeah.
whichever situation it is, yeah.
yeah, there's a whole,
And then you get the whole thing about, when does Eversource come in and start putting in telephone pole, how's that all work?
Right, like how
There's a
does
lot more
work?
to it with all the power and utilities,
Yeah,
it's kind of a mess.
Yeah.
yes, I don't know. Class 6 is. I think they can. It's a public right of way.
Because the public right of way can
Maintained by-
still
Yeah.
put up power.
putting up power on your side of the road on where your land is, and
Right.
I guess you can.
Well,
Yeah.
easement and-
But what if you don't own the land along plastic? Deal?
But,
That's a
again,
great question.
if, let's say,
Yeah.
all these people own lots, and
Yeah.
this is way up here at the
Yeah.
end of the class 6 road, you still have to right away the whole way. You're part of the public.
Okay,
And so, and even if the town discontinues that road completely,
yes,
you still don't want all the time.
right. Okay.
But up until, till right now, you cannot, our zoning says you cannot build on a class 6 road.
Right,
You can have 300 feet of frontage on a class 6 road, we say no,
means nothing.
you need to be a class 5.
Right.
So it's a,
So this is around the issuing of building permits. At class 6 roads, amends RSA 674-41 by permitting the issuance of building permits on class 6 roads without requiring approval from the governing body. Instead, in order to get a building permit for creation of a building on a class 6 road, the applicant will need to only sign and record at the registry of deeds a liability waiver acknowledging that the municipality will not maintain the road nor provide services to any lot accessible by the road. The municipality will not be responsible for losses or damages caused by lack of services, and that the responsibility for such services falls solely on the applicant. Prior to the issuance of the building permit, the applicant shall provide that the lot and any buildings thereon are insurable.
Sure. Hey, you may run into a problem there.
yeah, you might, that's right.
You find it dandy that you don't have to
Yeah.
do this, but
So that,
So you
that's,
have to be insured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because you could, if you sign off that, well, the
Right.
fire department's not gonna come up here,
yeah.
insurance companies haven't come.
And if now, unless you're building this building out of with cash,
Yeah.
and you have a bank involved, the bank won't lend you the money without the insurance, so,
So a lot of cat.
yes.
so it does override the Temple doesn't issue building permits, but it adds a bunch of restrictions and make it pretty hard.
Yeah, and this doesn't go into effect until July 2026.
That's-
And it doesn't say anything about if the town already has. Yeah, I thought for some reason you had to get. a
I didn't
variance.
print the whole law for that one, I just printed the
Yeah.
guidance.
Hmm.
So there is another session coming up from New Hampshire Office of Planning and Development on the legislative changes. That's a webinar. And that's on the agenda, I think, the
Yeah,
day
I
and
think
time.
that's gonna be that one.
Yeah, and
Because-
it'll be recorded, so if you can't do it live, you can watch it later, but if you want to ask questions, you have to do it live.
I'm definitely not. New Hampshire Land Surveyors is the exact same, presenting the exact same one for our fall meeting.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna be away and it costs $400.
Oh, do it for free, yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, yeah. So, so she says she's gonna consult on the building permit statute stuff. ADU changes are consistent with the statute. We don't have a commercial zone in town, so don't worry about 631. That 674-41 don't impact the town's ability to require frontage on a class 5 or road or better, so they shouldn't require any changes to your zoning ordinance at all. That statute only applies to the select board. And as far as HB 92, that's the one that says you can't vote on an application. If you're a ZBA member and a planning board, can only vote on one. So that's, she said that's just common sense. So she'll get back to us on that one.
Yep.
So that change needs to be made in our rules of procedure. It's not a zoning ordinance thing, so that can be done anytime.
Well, that segues right into documenting board procedures.
Yep.
Feel like that's been on the agenda for a while, we just haven't been able to get to it. I wasn't even prepared to talk about it.
Yeah. Me neither.
Yeah.
We have rules of procedure and they're on
Yep.
the town
I
website
actually have a copy here, I always bring it with
as
me.
well. They
Yeah.
haven't been updated in a while, maybe 2019,